and welcome back to Oakley Hour and day 2 of our chocolatier. As you can see, my frustrations with this thing all sorted. Clamped it, sorted it out. I think it was a bit bowed, that was one of the problems, but nevertheless it's all clamped, everything's in the place that it should, and now it's very exciting. It's our time to fill them. Alright, let me gather my stuff. Okay, as you would expect, lots of little bits. So it took about an hour, I would guess, as to cut all these out. There's rather a lot of small things going to go in this. This is our, to do with that unit that they say to put in afterwards, so I just didn't want to lose it, so it entered into the pot. You'll be pleased to know I will not do all of this on channel, but I will probably do at least one of each thing. Some of them we'll get to. Just trying to split it out now. So we have chocolate A, which is this one. Let's separate it all out. So this one, so we have 3 of those. We have 2 dark chocolate, I'm assuming that's what they are. And then we have some little holders for them. There is another dark chocolate. There's 2 dark and 3 of the light. So that's chocolate A. This is chocolate B. I'll put those out the way a moment. There are just 2 of them. And then we have some chocolate cups, which are these ones. Which, wait, come here. Which are these, and they have little tops on them. Let's make sure I get the right tops. It's rather a lot, isn't it? Lots of little pieces. And one there. Oh, come back here, paper. One here, those go together. Then, turn the page. We have some chocolate sauce, which is going to involve our plastic tube, which is going to have, let's see, this one, and some of our gold paper as well. So we do 2 of those, so I just need to find the other 2. Followed by start on some gift boxes. So we have some white and blue circles. So white, blue, should be another one somewhere. Well, it's caught in paper. There we go. Followed by, so that makes a circular one, which uses these things. I actually don't understand the principle of what this is, by the way. They're for the sides, but I just don't know why we have 4. Then followed by 4 gift boxes, which are all of these, some of which are quite plain, others are more colourful, and that is what those are for. So, and then we put the ribbon on top. So let's get started. Let me go back, and all of those go into our little shelving unit. So let's hope that I got the shelves on right. We will find out, no doubt. Okay, so I'm going to use tacky for this. So I'm going to put a bit on the edge, and then I'm going to dip the stick. Where have I put my stick? Ooh, put it somewhere safe. Alright, let me go find that. Okay, and I have a piece of grease food paper on the side to put all of our things that we put together. It probably would have been easier if I'd done this before I cut them out, and I don't know why I didn't, because I normally do. But nevertheless, what you want to do is you want to score them. You can just fold them, but scoring does give it a little bit of a cleaner edge and makes it a little bit easier, and I really should have done this before cutting them out, and I normally do. Remind me to do that going forward. So I'll show you one, and then we can move on to the next little item. And there are a few of them, and you know, bows, tying bows on things, I find actually incredibly difficult. I think I'll probably do it in stages. It's just not a skill that I have developed. Okay, and then going down the sides here. I really should have done this first. Would have been easier when you've got it on a whole sheet to just go down the whole sheet rather than do it individually. It's going to take me a year or 2. It might be a slight exaggeration, but you know. Right. Turn that around then. Trying to cheat the system and save time. Alright, so like I say, you're better off scoring if you can. I know some of these I did accidentally cut the tabs off. Can't remember which ones. Keep that here then, because I will be needing it. Alright, so this just makes the whole process a lot easier to deal with. So these are bars of chocolate. For you chocolate lovers out there, which I have to say I have become in the last few months. Although cream cakes are definitely my sin. Even more than chocolate, which is quite surprising, isn't it, really? I'll just get these tabs folded as well over. And it gives it a crisper one. It should make it a bit easier, but it hasn't really shown itself to be right now. Hopefully going forward that won't be the case. And you've got two small tabs at the top here, and you just want to make sure those are on the inside, and you fold them all up, and then you are going to put the top on. So let's just make sure that those are folded okay. They look it. Alright, so easiest way is to pop a bit of glue on some greaseproof paper. Hopefully nothing else goes in it. I'm going to use tacky. It's quite quick and drying, and it doesn't get all stringy. You could use B7000 if that's your preferred choice, or Beacon is really good for paper items, but they do both of those are quite stringy. Oop, as I drip it, I just had a bit too much. Okay, and I'm going to use my tweezers as well so that they can get all messy. So today will also be a cleaning tweezer day, and just make sure that the edges go in where they're meant to. Well, would help if that one wanted to go down, wouldn't it? Okay, so just hold them all together, and it should make a nice little box basically, and then you have your bar of chocolate all ready to be eaten. I don't know if you can see what colour what it says on there. I'm trying to go with the further away camera, but I think we'll be okay. It's not particular as I squish it. Dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. Go back in now. It's like, no, you moved me from my place of rest. I was happy there. Oh, and I put it in too far. Let me bake. We'll get it there. Anyway, you do that to the other 5. These are all designed the same way, so we'll do those in a moment. So in the meantime, we will work on these weird looking things. And what these are is these are little trays in order to put those bars in that we are doing. I'm guessing the dark ones will go in the dark tray here, actually. I was going to say, I'm hoping that it's going to be the different to that, but why would it be? That wouldn't even make any sense. Because if you're selling dark chocolate, you don't want to put it into a white or light milk chocolate type of container, would you? So I'm sure it's not. As much as in my head I was thinking a contrast would be good, but it wouldn't make any sense. This last one here, and again I'll make one of these, and then we can get this rock and rolling, and we will get these ones done, put over on the paper, and then I will. Did I do this one? I think I did. You know, I can't remember which side I started on. Wow. Yeah. Let's just go over here then. Get the end. And down here is the other one. And this just, like I say, just helps it be a bit crisper in your folding. So we are going to fold this Fold this, fold these. I missed on my scoring. And fold both these down, and then fold this end over so it joins up to here. So it's going to go something like so. Whoops, when it's all in proper. And that will make a little container to put that on. So let's get some glue on that, shall we? This glue will probably be dried out by the time I get anywhere. If I had pre-scored, it would have made my life a lot easier. So what I'll do before I come back and do the other types, I will make sure it's all pre-scored and ready to rock and roll. But nevertheless, it's sometimes helpful. You don't know unless you see it, right? And then you put your hand in the glue because that's going to make your life easier. Now, if you believe that. Glue on the back of this. Fortunately, it's on the back. I mean, it would come off when it dries, but this is kind of what we look like here. So, not terrible. I'm not opposed to my efforts on this. Okay, so I'm going to get the rest of this set done, and I'm going to get the rest of this pre-scored if it needs it. I can see those do, all these boxes do, and then I will be back to work on the next ones, which are, which ones? These two. Alright, I'll be back in an hour. I'll see you then. Okay, sometime later. Alright, so these are the brown ones, the dark chocolate, I'm assuming that's what they are. Oop, like missing. Get that one boxed up. I was going to do this first, wasn't I? Forgot. Well, I've got it all ready anyway. So what I suggest is when you're cutting all this out and then creasing them if you need to, or folding them, depending on how you want to do it, that you put some nice music on, put the TV on, chill, and be prepared that it's going to take time. I mean, a fair chunk of time. It's not a quick process, and I think with this build rather, we're going to have a lot more of that. That's our chocolate bar. I was going to do it first, I remember saying. Now that I put the camera back on, oh well, here we go. It won't take a moment anyway. Just put new glue down. And get these ones done. And these are chocolate A, what's classed as chocolate A. And then we got our little case that's going to go in. The next chocolate bees have very little tabs, like they're tiny. And for me to say they're tiny, they're tiny. And this one needs holding together for a second. Not for long, just enough for it to try and take. And that one is done. Right, so those are all chocolate A's done. Move all of that up there. Ooh, this one didn't go down very well. I've just got informed another Row Life model's on its way to me. Should be any time. So, one which has been out a few months, but I haven't seen it around much. Right, chocolate B. Yes, this one, like I say, tiny, tiny tabs. This one wasn't easy to fold, as you could tell. It looks a bit of a pickle, doesn't it? And so it is. It was just so small. And again, I was going to do one of these and save one. make one and save one for you. But you get them both. But we will get on to do something else, I think, today as well, hopefully. But even if we get that one unit done, it is a big unit, as a big part of the model. That's chocolate B. Came up, directly moved it. Okay, that's better. Tiny, tiny tabs. Okay. And that will be those. And next we move on to chocolate cups, I say. I have pre-folded everything that I have cut out already. This tab at the top here really wants to go in. Don't quite want it to go in that far. Okay. Ah, it's gone in again. It really does want to go in that far. And this says pure natural chocolate on the front. Okay, next these little pots. Easiest thing is to find something to wrap them around to make these. And again, they do have a line going on here. The dark chocolate, by the way, ones that we just done, were quite difficult because where the lines are, sorry, one's just poking up, where the lines are is actually quite difficult to see. And I remembered that on some of the chocolates we were making for this, I made for the coffee house the same ones, and they were rather difficult to see there too. Okay, so just gonna get this matching to it. I love the fact it's got ingredient list on the back, by the way. You were where I wanted it, and then I moved you. And again. There we go. Right, just hold that a second, and then we will put the lid on. We'll give this one moment. I'll get the other one ready, and then we'll put the lid on. So you don't have to curl them, but it does make it a bit easier. Got a hair in there, and it's not one of mine. It's dark hair. I do not have dark hair. Maybe it's a puppy one. She has dark hair. It's not as warm as it has been. It's quite a bit cooler actually. I think we should start changing the months which are classed as summer for England. Start them earlier. Oh, I thought that was me, it was the pattern. Okay, and then we're just going to pop the tops on. So let's turn them upside down and go around the edges like so. Does it matter which way? Let's put the ingredients on the front. So I think maybe with the triangle facing forward, because I can't read what it says, but something like so. Blue strands all over me. So after putting them upside down, it's not really helpful, is it? And I'm not sure what this one's got on it, but they went together quite well, like so. Right, what we will now do is put these the chocolate bars in here. So 3 in this one and the 2 in the other one. I guess it's showing that the dark chocolate's more popular than the milk chocolate, something like that. There's 3 and then 2 of the other one. So just pop them in. Which way up? The gold writing at the top. So just like so. And they fit in there lovely. So that's what we have for those. I'm not even going to see much of them really. And you kind of want them slanting back if you can. And this one, let's put you in there because you're being a little bit awkward. So I'm put this one in first. Again, they fit in. I was going to say they fit in fine, it was giving me a fight. And then this one. And they are paper, so they don't really take much glue and stuff. And then we have those ones. Okay. Right, turn the page. I think next we're on to chocolate sauce, which is going to involve a little bit of plastic tubing and our, not that, gold paper. So first of all, the paper you want about 1.5 centimetres by 1.5 twice. So my scissors. You could measure it if you want. We use quite a bit of gold paper on different things, I think. I know we use them to like make Ferrero Rocher type things. Then the tube needs to be 2 pieces 1.1, and this will be more important because of the height of the shelves. 1.1, and from memory the best way to go through this was by scissors. Maybe not these scissors. It's not quite so straight. Let's take one from, no, we'll take it from the end I've made crooked. See, I've got a new blade in my crafter knife. There we go. Just go through it like that, it's fine. Don't think it's particularly straight either, by the way, but so I cut off my finger because I'm being haphazard with it. Okay. Oops. I just threw away the tubing. I don't know if we need that anymore. Okay, and we are going to roll this up and put it inside. So again, you can use your pencil. Probably better off in this occasion using those incy-wincy screwdrivers we get for all of these models. You're just going to want to curl it and put it in. You don't have to glue it. And pop it around small enough that you can get it inside the tube, and then you can let it go. I thought I'd done it. I let it go too quick, guys. Okay, I'm staying with the other one. So I'm just going to roll it with the tweezers. Go on, in you go. Don't fold up on me. Oh, it did too. Stinker. Couldn't get the tweezers out. Okay, so this is our chocolate sauce, by the way. So what we want to do now is put a label on and then just stick these foils on the top. So I'm going to get the labels done first. Oh, let's see which way. Okay, because I can't read them, so I'm having to go by picture. I'm sure you could probably read these. And again, you could bend them before you put them on. If you wish to, they fit just perfect, by the way. So that's what we have, and they should dry quite clear. Okay. And you do kind of want them a bit more towards the bottom than the top, so that's all right. After this I can go and wash my hands. Get all the glue off. Okay, and then we put our foil, gold foil on top. This one's coming off. And then all you are going to do is wrap it like so. Not like that. Just going to put mine in the middle for a moment. Almost out of glue. I don't want it that end, I want it the other end. I want it that the label is lower to the bottom. Well, that's nowhere near the centre. There we go. And then you just fold them over. I think I'm going to have to get more glue out. Like so. Something like so. Don't want it to be quite so low personally. Okay. And oh, can I squeeze just enough glue for this? Maybe. This label really wants to come off as well. I'm going to have less at the front, I think. So something like so. And that's our chocolate sauce. I'm sure that's probably what the label says. Alright, well let me go get cleaned up and I'll be back. Alright, so it seems a daft idea to me, but here we go. So you have two white ones and two with a blue top. So the blues are the tops and the whites are the inside. So you've got blue edge, white edge, blue edge, and you make them identical, and then one goes on top of the other. Simple, right? They have these little cutouts, so I scored this and then just bent them over. And you are going to make them into a circle. Stick them together like so, and then go on there. So I'm just going to get them all ready to go. And then what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to load up that case that we made, the cabinet we made, and just have the gift boxes left to do then, which as you can tell I'm looking forward to doing. Okay, so more glue. And we'll put them then onto our unit, and the last thing that's going to go on is those gift boxes, which are stacked up with a ribbon, hence why the delay. Okay, fold them in again, and while holding this, I go around my circle-ish, best you can do on your cutouts here. I don't think I'm too bad really at the cutting out in reality. Not terrible. I used to be a lot worse, so it's got better. Better with practice. I actually think this will be a really pretty build. I know that there's one thing I'm going to absolutely really hate on it, which is almost at the end. And I will tell you what it is, because it's almost identical to the kitten one that I did almost at the beginning of when I created this channel. The Kitten Diary is the battery box. I am pretty sure just hangs at the back, and it's probably the one peeve I have with models when they do something like that, because it makes it really difficult. If you want to move it around, you're dragging this box, you've got so much more chance of ruining your wiring. And try and make sure that they are flat, and I'm going to go ahead, I guess I'll do a blue one so that you can see what they're meant to do, although I'm tempted to let these dry for a moment. Nope, we'll do the blue one. Get blue one done, and this is just the top, so the point of doing the white ones I'm confused by, because it goes over the white one. But I think the circle's almost the same size, by the way. I don't think there's much in it. I keep hearing this noise, so I think it's probably the dogs. I don't have the door wide open. I normally have it open that they can just access the garden whenever they want, but it's a bit chilly today. Never mind, she's taken herself back to bed. It's her dreaming. More haste, less speed. And it is just paper, so it's easily made too soggy with the glue. And this will stick over the white one, and you won't see the white one ever again. I can't get my blue one right. Maybe I have to have this side towards the back, because I can't get the teeth in. It's like teeth, right? Kind of looks like teeth. And these go on the very top shelf of the cabinet, so unless we put these on, I can't get that wooden strip on still. And then these go over these. No problem, right? Two circles the same size, what could possibly go wrong? As I say, if you admitted to do this and you just made the blue ones, you'd probably be fine. I don't like it. I think I'm going to do the next one very different. I'm going to put this on the top shelf that you never see it, because I think it's an absolute disaster. However, I'm going to do this one different. I am going to put the white one on like I did the other one. Then I'm going to put the blue side on to the white one. And then just put the lid on. Seems a lot more sensible, hopefully. thought the ribbon was going to be my hassle, not this. The ribbon's not too bad, it's just that you have to do a bow, and I know bows aren't my forte really. Nice that it's all coming open, like exactly what you want. Right, I'm going to give that a moment to dry and we'll start putting the other stuff on and we'll come back to this. She has some great dreams. And my tweezers need cleaning too. Okay. My friends will be alright. Right, let's put this other stuff on this unit. So, how do we have it? On the top. See if I can even see what's going where. I actually don't know what that is going up there. Okay, the gold containers we put here. So these hat box things go here. These little chocolate ones go at the top. Oh, I see what they are. They're going to be the pots. So let's get the gold ones in because we could do that. And we get this one ready for the two little separate pots. I think that's what those are. Yes. Okay, let's put jars in. Bless her. Let's bring them forward a bit, guys. Juliet. Hold on. I actually ended up positioning them with a pin, of all things. I'm going to get another set of tweezers out. Where are they? There they are. Okay, next is we're going to have the hatty things up there. We're going to have these pots. Go back on this one. And this is just the way they've got it designed. I mean, you might pick something else. Just realise that they have the lids match the picture on the front. I have them the opposite way round. But you know how much you see that? You don't. So you know that the lids for this, like this one, matches the front of that one. But you don't really see the lids anyway. Wow. My friends, this is irritating me. Okay, sorry about that. I don't think it's the only phone call. Anyway, those two went in at the top there. I just adjusted them using a pin and the tweezers and stuff. So what I'm going to do with my little box here is, instead of doing what I did with that one, make up the two, is I'm going to wrap this second one around it. So it has the circles but at the top. So I don't know if this glue will be any good anymore. Maybe. So I'm just going to glue it part way, and I'm literally going to wrap it on there and then just cap it with that blue one, and I'm hoping that that will make it a bit better. We will see. Oh, wrong way to cap it anyway. I want to go that way and hope that this makes it a little easier. Okay, and do it this way. I mean, like I say, if you didn't want to put the white bit at the bottom, it's probably not a big deal. But I think this might be easier to do it this way. Of course, this one's the one that needs to go underneath. And that's kind of what that looks like. And then what I'll do is I'll pop a bit of glue on the top. And I'm just going to do it by this, because although I need to put more glue on the paper, I think it'd be dry by the time we get to start those boxes. For me, because I need to go and do something. For a moment. Plenty of glue on there. Lots of glue on there. Too much glue on there. And then just put your blue top on. Keep your hand out the glue, and I think that will make things a lot easier. Like so. I think that will be alright. So I'm going to put those straight in, and those are going into the top shelf up here. So I'm going to put this one, which is the better one, at the bottom, like so. Press it down at the back, put that straight in the glue, and this one, which is not the better one, on top. And this goes almost towards the back of the shop, by the way. Let's find where that back join is. So it look something like so, although if it was even it would be better. Just evening that up. Boy, oh boy. This particular part of the build has been a bit of a nightmare for me. I've actually struggled quite significantly. Okay. Then, as far as other things go, we have our chocolates, which are going in here. These 2 single ones. Oh, no, get disturbed. Well, it wasn't the call I was expecting, so I'm expecting another one. Okay, so just pop those in there, and followed by these 2. I don't know if there's a specific order how they want them. It looks like the red ones are going to go this side, but it's actually a bit difficult to tell from the photo. And then we are on to these boxes. Okay. Go on there. And then this one on here, and underneath here is going to be our straighten these up more. Underneath is going to be the gift boxes, so that's what we end up there. It looks pretty good actually, considering. Okay, right, gift boxes. So first things first, we have to make them. So they say to start with this one. It doesn't really matter which one you start with, and it is just literally is a box. So we've done several of these before, and just cover it up and pop in the roof like so. She wastes time on the phone, I swear. So it looked like this. Let me get that glued. So now I will put some on the sheet, because we're going to be doing all of these. Some of them are plain box colour, even though I don't see that in the photo, so I don't know. Okay, so I'm certainly going to need one on the top tab here. Need some on here, some on this one, this one, this one on the top there. Probably on these little tabs in here, and then we'll see where we need it. If we need it anymore. So that's our first little box. Need a bit more glue. Oh, diamonds. Lovely. Maybe as an engagement box of chocolates or something. Maybe they're engaged. Okay, right, so I have that one to do. This pink polka dot one. Then we have this one, which is a very pale pink, which is going to go over one of these. So we're going to make them very similar to the hat boxes. Maybe we'll do this one. So this will be the bottom of it. And these are, I've already pre-folded them, so this is the bottom. Might as well get used to doing some of these, guys. We're going to be doing a few for different reasons. Would you like me to cover you up, mate? There you go. She's special. Okay, and then just hold your corners like so. And then make the top piece exactly the same. So this is the top, it's pink. And then one will go on top of the other. Don't know why they got different ones, really. I might as well just all do the same, because you're not really going to tell the difference, I'm sure. Push your corners in. Hold them together, like so. And then make sure you just put your pink over your white when you put them together. And then the other one is another one like this with a white base and a darker pink for it. Nice to actually do a pink model. I don't think I've done a pink model on the channel. In fact, I'm not even sure I own any pink models, so this will be my first pink one. Almost guarantee my granddaughter will want this one. She's very much into her pinks. Very much a girly girl. They're on vacation right now. Well, actually, I think they're back now. But they were on vacation. So I bet they had a fantastic time. They had pretty good weather for it. I reckon when I go away, if I get to go away next year, that I need to go earlier in the year. I reckon going late in the year, like September, which is when I'm going. The weather's already broken, whereas it seems to be coming earlier and earlier this summer, so maybe it would be a good idea to go earlier. And then just put them together and you end up with a box like so, which, like I say, I'm not sure why we couldn't just do one like this. Right, let me get the others done and I'll be back in a moment. Okay, then we have our 4 boxes, so as time's getting on, stick them together. So you want your pink polka dot, followed by your plain pink, followed by the diamond one. Let's see if I can get an edge where it's got the diamond. There we go. And this one on top. Get those, straighten them up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have them more tiered at the front, I think. Maybe. It's not overly going to work. I reckon do something like so. Alright, going to give those a moment to take before I mess with that ribbon. And ribbon wise, how much they want. 8.5. Oh, I see how they're going to do it. This isn't going to be too bad. So they need a 10 centimetre and an 8.5 and an 8, and they're wrapping it all individual. So I won't be doing it like that, but I don't think I'm going to be able to tear it like I was going to though. Alright, so is it the same both sides? Pretty much. So I'm going to stick this on here and we will, I think, tally it to the bottom initially. Hold on. Okay. I'll tack it to the top, not the bottom, but I'm going to join it at the bottom. So you want one going one way and basically one another. Roughly evenly. And I haven't cut these sides because I know my abilities on this. It just is not my favourite thing to do. Simple. Simple. Simple as that, guys. Okay, I'm gonna pop this one up there and then join it with this one and then cut it. And then we do it the opposite way so it crosses over. And then on the top we will be putting a bow which will hide it all. So something like so. A little bit on the crooked side there and very loose. You're not going to see the bottom of this, by the way, because it's going to go in that leftover shelf. Okay, and same again with the other side. So I'm going to start this time up here. Getting glue everywhere. I've been dreading doing this actually, because I know it's so, but this doesn't seem such a bad way to do it, to be honest. Don't we want them joining? We want them joining the other way anyway. Go back down and join at the bottom. And it probably doesn't matter if it's a little loose, by the way, so don't worry too much. Right, and then I'm going to give this a moment to dry. Maybe I'll make the bow before I do that, and then I can get my hands washed, and that will be that. No more glue for this model. And this is why I keep it upside down, because it saves this. And that's how we're looking. And like I say, it's fine if it's a bit baggy. As I'm trying to adjust it. But it is fine. So let's make this bow. Oop, I've got glue on my face. Right, okay, quickly. So what you're going to do is you have, I think, 10 centimeters for this. So you want to bend it over like so. Probably glue it in the middle like that. And I don't think it's a double bow, which goes one way and then the other. I think it's just one. Okay, oops, that is not what I wanted to do, so I'm going to leave that side. Just want a tiny bit in the middle. Not all along, otherwise it won't end up being a bow. and then circle it over like so. I don't think I had enough glue on it, to be honest. Let me get this upside down. Plenty on that side. So just hold that for a second. And then I'm going to cut it about here. I really am. Thank you. And then I'm going to let it come up again and fold over the other side to meet it. And it has a couple of strands going either way as well, so I'll do those in a second when this is taken. They don't tell you to do it this way, they tell you to literally make it into a knot, but this will be a bit easier for me. It really will. It will. Let me struggle with this. Okay, so what I did was I ended up making 2 bows, using a stick to make sure that the hole showed. It's then meant to have a little tail on it, but to be honest with you, with how the model's going to go into that unit, I don't think you're going to see it anyway. So then I'm just going to put them on top of each other. It's not easy, I'm just saying it wasn't easy. And put one on top of that, and then press them down. And get it coming out without pressing too much, it'd be great. She's special. It really is. She's all quiet until I start talking, and then it'll end up looking something like this. This is a lot closer together, but I think that looks fine. And then we are going to put that in here, and it fits just right. So look at that. What do you know? I see the bottom didn't stay where it was meant to, but again, you're not going to see it. Just put a bit of tacky in here and pop that any particular side I want showing. Maybe this side. And that just fits in like so, and there we have it. So that will be it for today. It took a little bit longer, but I think it looks quite nice. I mean, this could have been over that way a bit more centered, but you know, one could pick up on these things a lot and be like, well, could have done that better, but you're not overly going to see it that much. But I do want that sticking down proper. And in fact, if it pokes out a bit at the front, all well and good. You can see my bows that I put so much effort in. I'm glad I was going to do a tail and all sorts, and it's like, how much is that actually going to be seen? I don't think it's going to be seen as much as one thinks. So that's what I do. So if they come to my shop and they want gift wrap things, they might want to think again. Alright, so that is going to be it for today. So thank you for watching. This is what we have, and let me let you know what we have coming up. Let's get rid of that. So to put that in the dishwasher, my little board there, it's getting quite gluified. That's what we have. And I actually think that looks alright. I think that looks quite nice compared to how much hassle that I had yesterday. I think it looks alright. I mean, you can see a bit of glue down here. Alright, stop looking at it. Okay, so coming up we have a display cabinet. So we're going to do another one. This one is going to have a chocolate cake on it. We are going to be using the see-through glass stuff. that we have on our board, so we're going to need to cut that out. And we're going to make, like I say, a chocolate cake. We're going to make some chocolates. We're going to make some chocolate biscuits, which is the same as the ones we did on the coffee house. We're also then going to make a chocolate platter, which is different, and some chocolate lollipops, a chocolate box, some flags, and then we are going to load the display cabinet up. I'd like to say we'd get to the next stage, which is a cart, which is another type of chocolate cake. A bigger one actually, so I don't think that will take us as long to do, but certainly get the display cabinet done. I'll have everything ready this time. So please do leave any comments. I will get back to you. I'm pretty good at getting back on comments. Do like and subscribe as well, and like I say, this is what we ended up with, and I think that looks really kind of cool. Let me see if I can find something to prop it up a little better in my hand so you can see a bit better what that looks like. It's a bit big, isn't it? But anyway, principles there. Oh gosh darn it, this piece. We can put this in quick. Once I move everything out of the way. Hold on. Just so I get glue off of me, or most of it off. It takes a while. You put this on up here like so. Okay, and I can see why they want that put in afterwards. So that's what we have. Let's use my little glass dish. There we go. Alright, so thank you very much for watching. Please do, like I say, leave any comments. I will get back to you. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already. I do appreciate everyone who has been following along with me and supporting the channel through the different builds that I do, whether that part work or individual ones like this, or wood builds as well. So biggest thing, take care of yourselves, and thank you for sharing this time with me. Take care. Bye bye now.